Hello, good morning. Today is Monday, June 15th, and my name is Rachael Plaine. I'm here at Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness, and we are about to live stream our Gentle Flow yoga class from 9 to 10. So hopefully I'll see you guys hopping on soon to enjoy that. It'll be an hour-long class. We will start as we typically have in a seated meditation. We'll go through some centering, some warm-up, some standing flow, and have plenty of time to relax at the end. So this is a nice beginner-friendly class. It's good for all levels. So just a nice, gentle way to start your week and ease into your Monday and whatever you have planned for the week ahead. So I can see you guys are hopping on. My mom is here. Good morning, Mom. It's so good to see you. Terry, welcome. I'm so glad to be connected to you again back in the virtual world. So I miss seeing you in person, but it's so awesome that you're able to come online to see us. So great. So we'll get started in just a moment here. You don't need anything special. I do have some blocks set up on my mat behind me. I like to practice with those just to support some of the postures in my practice. So if you want to have yoga blocks or anything else that raises the ground up, feel free to grab those. You also might want a blanket to pad your knees or cover over with in Shavasana, or a bolster if you like to sit up on that, or pillow cushion, whatever it is that you like to practice with. So good morning, Patty. It's so awesome to have you here this morning on Monday, just like being back in the studio together. Joanne is here. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Sunshine. That's so sweet. Good morning, Sunshine, to you. And good morning, Jane. It's so awesome to see all of you guys. And Helen, welcome. One of the things that I love most about doing this virtually is that I get to see people like Jane and like Helen and like Terry that I've been connected with for a long time, but can't come to the studio for certain reasons. Maybe they're not living in the area at the moment. So it's just awesome to see you guys again. And then, of course, all the regulars that are normally here on Monday morning, like Joanne throughout the week, and Patty and my mom. So it's just so fun to get all of you guys together in one collective group, even though we're not in the same space. So I mentioned throughout maybe last week or so that I'm going to keep live streaming these classes through the summer. So thank you so much for everybody that replied to all the different surveys that we were putting out. I'm really glad that you told me what you wanted. We are going to keep doing these classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 virtually to some capacity. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like, but we'll keep going through the summer, and I'll keep you posted on how that's going to be. And then we will also be doing some outdoor classes. I have a meeting with the city of Pittsfield tomorrow to get permission to expand our outdoor programming. So I do have some dates for yoga on Mount Greylock that I'll be releasing in an email that'll go out hopefully today. And then I'm hoping to get permission to do yoga on the lake, yoga at Springside Park with some of our other instructors, outdoor boot camp, outdoor bar, family yoga. So there's lots of things happening. So just stay tuned on your email and on Facebook to see what we're going to be doing outdoors for July and August, and what we're going to be continuing doing virtually. So thank you again for all your support, and we'll just get going. So come take a seat on your mat, gather anything up that you want to support your practice, and we'll go start to move together. So we'll be in this together till 10 o'clock. I'll check in with you again at the end. Feel free to take any modifications or adjustments that you need to so the practice feels comfortable on your body. And happy Monday. I'm so glad that you guys are with me today. Let's get started. All right. Good. Okay, so coming into a comfortable seat, you can find cross legs. So we'll start in a familiar way in this cross-legged position, just to drop in. So if cross legs is not comfortable for you, you're welcome to be kneeling. You could also be sitting up on a cushion or a pillow or a bolster. You could unravel one leg or two legs. So find something that feels good. We're just going to land here. We'll do a little bit of breath work and a little bit of meditation like we usually do, just to kind of disconnect to whatever happened before we arrived and connect to our bodies and to the space and to this present moment here. So bring the hands down on the lap and take a little rock. So holding the knees, just a slight little easy rock, forward and back or side to side. And starting to tune into the body and just kind of feel that center of gravity, feeling the weight kind of wiggling around the pelvic bowl and the hips. And then see if you could just wiggle right into a place where you feel long and tall and spacious. And then breathe in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. And do that again. Take another deep breath in. And full breath out. And take that one more time. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Good. Breathe in through your nose all the way to the top. And exhale, round your back. Just tuck your tail, scoop your belly, navel towards spine, chin to chest. Hold the breath out. Keep that cat back. Hold there. Deep inhale. And full exhale. On an inhale, float forward. Lift the belly, lift the ribs, lift the heart, lift the chest. And exhale, roll back. So just a nice, easy, seated cat and cow. Do that one more time. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Lengthen your spine, shrug your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Exhale, roll them all the way back and down. Do that again, big shoulder shrug up. Exhale, release. And then let the palms open up, so backs of the hands are touching the lap, so in this gesture of receiving. And exhale to drop your chin to your chest. So long, long spine except for the head. Let the head be heavy. And breathe into the back of the neck. Take a deep inhale. And full exhale. The next time you breathe in, bring one ear to one shoulder, rolling just that quarter of a head circle, opening up the opposite side of the neck. Exhale through center. Bring the other ear over to the other shoulder, open up that opposite side of the neck. And exhale through center. Take it one more time, each side, nice slow quarter of a head circle one way. And back through center. Last time, quarter of a head circle the other way. Back through center. And then lift the head up, but keep the eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze. And breathe out where you are. And then begin to sip the breath into the lowest part of the belly, the middle portion of the ribs, and the upper section of the chest. As you exhale, feel the breath leave the chest, leave the ribs, and leave the belly, so you're empty at the bottom of the breath. And then continue that. So that's your 3-part Dirga breath, one of the most simple pranayama or breathing exercises in our yoga practice. Just breathing in and out through the nose, lengthening the breath, deepening the breath, slowing the breath down. Sending the breath to all the edges and corners of the body as a way to bring in more peace, more ease, more grace, as a way to reset or recalibrate the body, the mind, the heart. So flooding yourself with this new energy of the breath, inviting in that vitality and radiance and life force. And exhaling to release and let go of anything you don't need, anything that's holding you back, anything that's not serving you, any pain or discomfort or uncomfortability, letting that go. And then taking another deep breath in, like a fresh start, each breath, deep inhale. And full exhale. The next time you breathe in, bring the hands together to prayer position, Anjali Mudra, palms will touch. And exhale to bow your head to yourself and create an intention today. So many of you are familiar with that practice. If it's new for you, your intention could be as simple as what brought you to practice today. What do you need this morning? How could this practice help best serve your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit? And just holding that intention today. Holding that in your heart, coming back to that throughout your practice. As you inhale, lengthen your arms to the ceiling. Lift the arms, lift the face, open the eyes if you'd like. And then bend the elbows right into the waist. Spread the fingers wide, shine the palms forward, and drop the chin to the chest. Do that twice more. Just bring the hands shoulder width so you can look up through your open hands towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend your elbows and bring them in and down. Take that one more time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, draw the elbows in and down. This time as we rise up, you're going to take a hold of one wrist with your thumb and fingers, making a little bracelet, and then stretch up and over to the side. Reach that arm up and over. Come back through center, catch the other wrist, and then pull it up and over. Good. Come back through center. Release the hands all the way behind you. Drop your chin, interlace your fingers, and open up your heart. Press the fists down, squeeze the shoulders together, open the chest, spread the collarbones, lift the face. And exhale, release everything, hands to, and roll the shoulders. Let's tip back on our sitting bones and unwind your legs. So if you were sitting on something, you might want to move it away and just take a couple windshield wipers, left to right. So a nice, easy way to release any tension that may be gathering in the hips, in the pelvis, in the knees. And then the next time that the knees come over to one side, just hold and turn your head away from the knees. Unraveling the spine. Just taking that gentle twist to wring out whatever you don't need. And go ahead and sit up. Bring your front hand to your front hip. Back fingers can face the back. Press that thigh forward. Look to the side or over back shoulder. And then press that thigh down. Look to the front or over that same shoulder. Inhale, press it forward. And exhale, release it back. Do that one more time. Inhale, press forward. And exhale, release back. Reach the arm off your hip so you can look at the thumb or beyond the thumb, just to open the belly and chest again. A couple breaths. So there's a steady gaze or drishti or focal point. And then inhale, lift the arm up. As you exhale, place your hand on your knee and then grow up a little taller. So sit up really, really tall. And then we're going to rotate more towards the back, so away from those knees. And you're just going to take a gentle twist behind you to look towards that back shoulder. Let the shoulders relax down your back, away from your ears. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And then close the eyes or soften the gaze. And take a couple breaths. Good. Hand that's touching that knee, cartwheel it up and over and let the knees come with you. So bring them up and over too. And let's just go a couple times back and forth, just loosening up the hips again. And then let them flop over to the opposite side, so the side you haven't done yet. And then look away from the knees, have that gentle twist, look to the side or close the eyes. But steady eyes, so whether they're beneath closed eyelids or they're focusing on one specific point, which in yoga is called a drishti or focal point, just see if you can keep the eyes stable and still to help bring some stability and stillness to the mind. And then bring the front hand to the front hip. So you can take a hold of that hip crease like a letter L right around the hip. Back fingers face the back. Press the thigh forward. Rotate towards the back. Look over the back shoulder. And then release that hip down. Look to the front or look all the way to the side. Do that again. Inhale, press it forward. Rotate back. Nice easy twist, hip opener. And release back. Good. Last time. Inhale, press the thigh forward. Exhale, release it back. Reach the arm off the hip. Look at the thumb or beyond the thumb, or close the eyes. Couple breaths. Then just float that arm up. And as you breathe out, place it down onto your knee. And before we go into a deeper twist, sit up taller. So lift up this proud, long, tall spine. Front hand gently placed on the front knee. Back hand on tented fingertips behind you so you can really lift up. And then if you'd like, rotate a little deeper, a little further towards the back. Looking towards the back or looking over that back shoulder. And breathing there. Good, and then let's unravel again. You'll cartwheel that front hand up and over, and then one more time, take a couple windshield wipers side to side with your knees. And then bring the knees up to the ceiling, wiggle the feet hip width. We'll open our front body here. Bring your fingertips to face your hips. Lay right onto the palms of the hands. If that's not comfortable, you could turn your hands the other way, but if you're able to point the fingers to the hips, give that a try to help stretch the wrist. And then lift the heart as you press into the hands. There's a long diagonal line from your tailbone to your head. And if you wanted to go deeper, you could lift the hips a couple inches or bring them right up in line with your thighs, coming up to reverse table, chin to chest, or the head could fall back. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, go ahead and sit back down. Open the knees apart. Bring the soles of your feet together. Go ahead and catch your ankles and just draw the ankles as close to the groin as you'd like. So they can be close or far away. You're sitting in bound angle, Baddha Konasana, to help open the hips. And then from here, lengthen your spine again. So shoulders up, back, and down. Crown of the head lifts. You're sitting up super tall. You could stay here. You could close the eyes or find that steady gaze and just pause and feel the length in your spine, the power in your spine, the opening in the hips. Or if you wanted to hinge forward, start to hinge at the hips, reach the heart forward, long line from tail to head, either holding a flat back or coming all the way down, maybe even bringing the hands to the feet and the forearms to the calves, lengthening the spine or rounding the back for a couple breaths. Good, lengthen to come up. Take the hands to your ankles. Float your heart up through your arm bones. Lift the chest, open the neck, lift the face, look up. And then go ahead and look back down towards the feet. Slide the hands along the shins. Take a hold of your knees and bring the legs gently back together. We're going to come to tabletop, so swing the legs around. And then come on to all fours. You can have your hands at the top of the mat. I'm just turning this way so you can see. You can bring your hands a little further forward the shoulders. Take those hip circles that you might be familiar with. So nice full body stretch. If the knees are sensitive here, you could always pad your knees. You could place a blanket or something underneath the knees if you wanted to. And then when the hips come to the back, swirl them the other way. Good. And then when the hips come to the back, go ahead and take a wide knee, child's touch the big toes, sink the hips back, melt the belly through the thighs, drop the head. And take a little rock. Roll the forehead left to right. Shift the hips side to side. And pause here. Walk your hands all the way towards the right. Just pivot towards like a C curve in your child's pose. Stretching to one side, towards the right, or whatever side you're on. If you wanted to go a little deeper, you could take that left hand and try to put it right on top of the right hand to get a little bit of a bigger stretch. Good, let's go the other way. So walk the hands through center. Send them to the left or to the opposite side that you haven't done yet, and then melt into that C curve. Hold here, or take the right hand right on top of left hand to get a bigger stretch for the waist, the ribs, the armpit, the chest, the back. Good. Send the arms forward. Shift forward to a tabletop, all fours. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders. Bring the knees underneath the hips. Couple hip wags just to feel your way into the outer edge of that hip and pelvis and low back. Then pause here in tabletop, cat and cow. Draw the navel up and in. Drop the tail, drop the head. Press the breath out. So you exhale here. And then inhale as you let the belly descend, the tailbone lift, and the heart rise up through the arm bone. Exhale, round your back to cat. Tail drops, navel up and in, head drops. And inhale through cow. One more time. Exhale, curl. And inhale through cow. And then from here, lengthen from tail to head so you have a long, straight, flat tabletop back. Send the right leg back to 3-limb table. Bend the knee so your toe points up to the ceiling, and take a little hip circle here. So knee circle, the knees circling around, and that's moving into the hip. And then go ahead and move the knee the other way. Good. Keep circling that leg. And then as you continue to circle that leg, that same leg that you've been circling, send it out to the side. Come on the sole of your foot, so the toes forward and the heel is back. And then start to walk your hands back towards your legs. So eventually you're going to come to stand on your shin. So you're kind of in this like half kneeling pose. Toes forward, heels back. Slide your hand down your long leg. Take the opposite hand and stretch up and over to gate pose. And you can look up towards the ceiling and just open those ribs again and breathe. As you inhale, come through center, bring the arms out to T. You're welcome to stay right here, or if you feel like you have the space and the balance, we're going to tip the other way. You might want to grab a block and put it underneath that bottom hand, and then look up to the top hand and take a couple breaths. To start to free up the top shoulder, reach the top arm towards that long leg, and then down in front of your body, all the way above the ear, all the way up to the ceiling. So just make a big circle. And then do that again. Nice big circle. And the head can follow. Remember, that bottom hand could be on a block. If this is too much, just hold at that T position. You don't even have to tip over. And then we're going to come on up. So let the arm momentum help pull you up. And then go one more time into that big gate pose. Good. And then open arms shoulder height. Exhale, hands come to hips. Hinge at the hips, place the hands down onto the ground, and then take this long leg and sweep it all the way to the other side. Like a big tail, you're going to sweep it all the way over, all the way over, all the way over. Come on the ball of the foot, press out through the heel, look towards your heel, and take a few breaths. Good. Send that leg back behind you to 3-legged table. Now from here, you're going to help step this leg through. So if it gets stuck, you're just going to take a hold of that foot and try to inch it through. So we eventually get that leg through. So you have your right leg forward, the left knee is down, and if you have your blocks, you might want to take a hold of them and just put them underneath your hands. And curl your back toe under and see if you could lift that back knee up. So now we're in a lunge without our knee on the ground. And then soften the back knee, lift the heart, but don't let it touch. Look up. Lift the hips, straighten the legs, bring the head towards your shin. And then do that again. Bend the knees, lift the heart, breathe in, look up. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs. Bring the head towards your shin. Do that one more time. Bend the knees, lift up, look up. Exhale, lift the hips, head to shin. Good. From here, bend the front knee, but keep the back leg straight. So find a stable place to be in this lunge. So the feet are hip width, so you have some stability. And the hands are on the ground or the blocks right underneath the shoulders. We're going to try to rise up from here. So come on to the tips of your fingers and bring the head in line with your back heel. Start to really firm up your legs and press firmly down into the ground so you're anchored and stable. And this is going to be a little challenging maybe for some of us because we're going to lift our arms up to come to that high lunge. So reach the arms out and bring the shoulders right above the hips and lift the arm bones all the way up to the sky to frame your head. You're just going to pause there. If you feel unstable, you could take a hold of your hips. If you don't want the arms up, just take a moment. You're going to stay. I'm just going to move this way so you can see. So you're on that same side. And then from here, straighten up the legs and come to your warrior two. Spin the back heel down, widen your stance, open the arms, bend the front knee. And you want your front heel lined right up with the arch of the back foot. Look out over the front fingertips. On an inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the back hand to the back leg, lift the top arm, turn the palm to face the back and look up. And then bend the front knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Do that again. Inhale, rise up, dance back, back hand to back leg, top arm lift. And exhale, release. One more time, lift it up. And exhale, release. You're going to hold the bottom. So you're in warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Look out over your front fingers. Breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, slow cartwheel. See if you can reach the ground or a block, reach the ground or the block. Pluck the back heel up off the ground. Soften the back knee to the ground. Hold here. Wiggle your front foot out to the side a little more so you're creating more space between the legs. And bring that outside arm inside. And just pause here. So you could be on the ground, you could be on the blocks. You're holding. You're breathing. Good. Now it's a little different. If you wanted a little more of a stretch for your inner thighs and hip flexors, you're going to walk your hands towards the corner and kind of maybe even pivot that back toe in a little bit. So you're kind of coming to almost like a knee down, diagonal down dog and just kind of bow into that corner. Good. Come on back through center. If you pivot that back foot a little bit, bring it back. And now this front leg, we're going to just bring it back. So come out of your hips, bring that front leg back. Come all the way onto the belly to give the knees a little bit of a break. Stack your palms or stack your fists. Drop your head, bend your knees, and then let the legs fall left to right. Loosen up your knees and your low back. And circle the knees, or the shins rather, like the big toes are drawing circles on the ceiling. Oops, there goes the block. And then circle the shins the other way. Good. Let the legs come long. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, back near your chest. Anchor the pubic bone and hip bones into the ground so you can lift the heart to a baby cobra. You could stay there for a moment or come right up onto the forearms. Slide the hands forward. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide and look forward in front of the fingertips. You're in Sphinx pose. Opening up the heart, reaching the heart forward, sliding the shoulders down. Take a deep in breath. And as you exhale, melt again back to your belly. And bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back to child's pose. So bring the hips to the heels. Either keep the knees hip width or widen the knees. Sink back. Arms could extend or they could come alongside the body or any other variation. So just a few breaths in a simple child's pose that feels good to you. Breathing into the low back, the middle back, the upper back. And exhale, releasing the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press into your hands to either roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels. Bring the knees hip width. If that doesn't work, just come to stand on the shins right away. We're all going to rise up. When you get there, catch one wrist with the other hand and then stretch that arm up and over to a side stretch, just like we did in the very beginning. It looks like this. Catch the other wrist, take that big side stretch. Inhale, arms through center. Exhale, bring the elbows down, just shoulder height, and lift the heart and look up. And then lift the arms up to the ceiling like Tadasana, look forward. In a swan dive to touch the ground. So swan dive, touch the ground, tabletop. Round your back, draw the navel up and in. Drop the head, drop the tail, breathe out. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart comes forward, breathe in. Do that twice more. Exhale, round the back, navel up and in, tail and head drop. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart floats forward. Go ahead, one more time on your own. Keep moving with your breath. Eventually, you'll lengthen to a tabletop position where the head is in line with the tail. And now send your left leg back to three-limbed table. Bend the left knee so the toe points up to the ceiling, and then circle the knee around. So just make sure you're doing the other side. So whatever knee, hip circle that you didn't do yet, do the other side. And then go ahead and circle it the other way. So you're building some strength in the core, strength in the outer edge of the leg, the hip. Whatever this looks like is fine, don't worry. Good. And then as you're circling that leg around, that same leg, just send it out to the side if you can and try to get the toe forward and the heel back the best you can. Walk your hands back towards your body so you start to come to stand up on that shin and then grab a hold of your hips. Good. So coming back to gate pose. You're going to send the same arm as long legs, arm down your leg, and then lift the other arm up and open up the waist. And look up, open up the ribs, the hip, good, big stretch. And then come back to your center, arms at T. Feel your legs firm up, feel your core, your abdominal muscles firm up. And if there's space, you're going to tip to the other side. You might want to grab a block and put it underneath your hand. Reach down, look up, take a deep breath. And then two big circles. So you reach that top arm towards that long leg. Down in front of the body, head could follow all the way above the ear, all the way up to the ceiling. And do it one more time. Nice big circle. And the momentum's going to help bring you up. So as it comes around, engage the core muscles up and over that long leg. Nice big stretch. Move slow, move mindfully. There's no hurry. Inhale, open arms, shoulder height. Exhale, catch the hips. Hinge at the hips. Catch the ground. Hold here. Take that long leg like a big tail and wag it to the other side. Sweep it all the way over. Inner thighs touch really, really close. Come on the ball of the foot. Press out through the heel. Look towards that heel. Take a few breaths. You're doing awesome. Good. If the knees are sensitive, you know you could put a blanket or something underneath them. We've been doing a little bit more work than usual probably on our knees, so just being mindful of that. And then send that leg behind you, bend the knee, toe up to the ceiling, lift the heart, look up. And now we're going to bring it through to a knee down lunge. So you're going to bring it through, and it might feel like it's getting stuck. But whatever you need to do, grab a hold of it and just pull it through. As many steps as you need. And then wiggle that foot forward and dip the hips just enough so you can try to line your knee, front knee, up with ankle. You might want to grab your blocks. I'm going to take a hold of mine and put them underneath my shoulders. If you don't have blocks, don't worry. But if you have something, you might want to put them underneath your hands. Curl your back toes under. And lift your back knee right up off the ground. So now we're in a lunge with our hands down and our knees off the ground. From here, bend the back knee, lift the heart, breathe in, look up. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs to a variation of pyramid pose. Do that twice more. Bend the knees, lift the heart, look forward. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, head to shin. One more time, bend the knees, inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, head to shin. Bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight. So now this is going to take some balance and strength, just like we did on the other side. We're going to try to come up from here. So you're in this lunge. My left leg's forward, my right leg's back. Whatever side you didn't do yet. You're in that low lunge. Come high on the fingertips. Lift the heart right up off the thigh. So you might feel the thighs shaking, the body moving. That's okay. Try to stay with it if you can. And then to get up, think about pressing down. So press really firmly down into the feet, like you're going to press right through the ground. And then from that anchoring down, you're going to free up the arms and just rise up, lift the arms, lift the shoulders above the hips. Hold here like you're holding this big imaginary ball of light above your head. And then straighten the front knee by pressing down into the ground. And come to warrior two. Anchor your back foot down, open the arms, rebend the front knee, and wiggle to your best aligned shape of warrior two. So front heel lined up with our back of arch of back foot. Look forward and breathe. Reverse triangle, straighten the front leg, lift up, rise up, dance back. And exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, release back. Last time, inhale, nice big stretch. So lots of side body stretches today. And exhale back, hold your warrior two. Take a deep in breath. And as you exhale, we're coming down. So one arm, the other arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Soften the back knee down. If you're on blocks, feel free to keep them or remove them. Take that front foot and wiggle it out to the sides. There's more space between the legs. And then take the hand outside the leg and bring it inside. So now we're in a lizard lunge variation. Hands could be on the ground or the blocks. Then I'm going to take you to one more variation like we did on the other side. So a lot of times we just stay here. But for today, if you want to kind of walk the hands to the corner, like away from that front foot, and you could kind of pivot the back knee and foot a little bit so it feels like it's also in diagonal alignment. And then you could take the hands and just walk them forward just a little bit. Doesn't have to be big. So it's almost like your upper body is kind of almost coming towards down dog. And breathe. Only if this is okay on the back knee. Couple breaths. Really big stretch for the inner thigh, or inner thighs, hips, groin, psoas. Back. Good. Come back through center. So walk the hands back and then kind of pivot back in alignment with your mat. Unweight your front foot by drawing the hips back and bring that front leg back to meet the back leg. Come into child's pose. Take a little rest. Sink the hips back. Knees wide or hip width distance. Couple breaths. Arms extend or alongside the body and breathe. Good. If arms are alongside the body, send them forward to extended child's. Roll forward through cat. Come all the way onto the belly. Make a pillow for the head. Stack the palms or the fist. Drop the head, bend the knees, toes up, and let the legs fall left to right. And then circle the shins one way. To loosen up the low back and the knees again. Circle the shins the other way. And then let the legs come long. This is going to be a little different. We haven't done this in a little while, so it might be new for you. Open your arms out to T, your belly down, chin towards the mat. Now bring your right hand towards the mat, towards your chest, almost like you're going to come up to cobra, but you're not going to do that. And then bend the right knee, the same knee as the hand that's to the mat. We're going to take a shoulder opener, so you're going to roll towards that arm that's out to T, towards the left side. You're just going to roll onto that left hip, roll onto the side of the head, and if you can, you're going to pick that front knee up and bring it up and over so you can get onto the ball of the back foot or the sole of that foot. If this is too much for that arm that's outstretched, you could come back to your belly and just kind of put it underneath the head instead. But if you can keep it out to T, it's a real nice stretch for the armpit and the chest. And you're trying to anchor that back foot to the ground and lift the knee. And one more variation, if you wanted to, lift that free arm, the one that was touching the ground, and maybe bind it behind your back. So turn your palm away, bend your elbow, and let it just kind of flop behind you. If that feels too unstable, keep it where it was. Take a couple breaths. Good. If you were in that half bind with the arm, lift the arm up first. Place your hand down like an anchor to the ground. Roll back onto your belly. Release that foot. And come to the other side. Bring your chin back to the mat. Open the right arm to T. Bring your left hand to the ground and bend the left knee. You're going to keep that right arm out to T, or if you know that you have some shoulder sensitivity, or if it didn't work so well on the other side, outstretch it forward so you can rest the head on the arm, otherwise out to T. You're going to roll onto that right side, onto the right side of the head, onto the right hip, knee comes up and over, be on the ball of the back foot or the sole of the back foot, knee up to ceiling. Lift the left arm, same arm as top leg, and then fold the hand behind you if you want, back of hand to hip or hip crease, and breathe. Or back, not to hip or hip crease, back of hand to low back. Couple breaths. If you're in the half bind, extend the arm up to the ceiling. Release your hand back to the mat. Roll back onto your belly. Extend that bent leg down. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders and take it back to one last child's pose of your choice. Last child's pose. You might want to extend the arms this time, press the hands to prayer, and bend the elbows. Let the prayer hands fall back to your head and get a nice stretch for the triceps. Couple breaths. Good. Extend the arms forward. Slide your hands back near your shoulders. Slowly lengthen or roll up to sit on your heels, knowing that you could come straight up to a high kneel if this doesn't work for the knees or the hips, and then rise on up. Take a hold of one wrist, doesn't matter which side, and stretch that arm up and over the head. Take a hold of the other wrist and stretch that arm up and over the head. Bring the arms back through center like Tadasana, but we're on our knees, and bend the elbows down to shoulder height as you lift the chest, lift the face, look up. And inhale, lift the arms like Tadasana, look forward. Exhale, open the arms. You're just going to find a comfortable seat, so bring the hips off to the side, swing the legs around, and bring the feet back together, knees apart to bound angle, just like we began. From here, lengthen the spine, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, one more forward fold. Hinge over the legs, hold the ankles or the feet, or press the forearms to the calves, long spine, or rounded back in bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Good. Lengthen to come back up. Take a hold of the ankles like we did in the beginning of class. Reach the heart up through the arms like there's a string on your heart. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift the face. And look back down at your feet. Relax. Slide the hands along the shins to take a hold of the knees. bring the legs together. Now let's scooch up towards the top of our mat. We'll do a little bit of work on the ground before we come to Shavasana, which will be our resting pose momentarily. So from here, just lift the arms up. And as you exhale, slowly lower. Tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly. You could use your hands on your legs to help you or not. Come all the way down and then take a nice big stretch. Send the legs forward, send the arms behind. Stretch out your waist, your ribs, your armpits, your fingers and toes. And gather your knees up into your belly. Take a hold of the knees or wrap your arms around your legs, giving yourself a hug and a gentle rock. Bring your hands onto the tops of the knees and circle the knees one way. Loosening up the low back even more. Massaging away any tension that might have resided there or might still be there. And then begin to circle the knees the other way. Hug the knees into the belly. Open the knees wide and bring the hands along the shins to catch the ankles, tops of feet, or outer edges of feet. Open the knees apart. Press the feet together. Lengthen your spine and hold here. And breathe. Good. Just like we did seated. Same thing, but now we're on our backs. You can stay here or take it up to happy baby. You could flex your feet to the ceiling, holding outer edges of the feet, ankles or calves or shins or big toes, and then maybe take a rock side to side. Pausing in your happy baby, bring your feet towards each other. Bring your hands to your knees, bring the legs towards each other, and place your feet onto the ground. Open the arms to a T position. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, so you come to figure 4. You could stay here, or pick the left foot up and hold the back of the left thigh or the front of the left shin. Be mindful about your neck, so try to lengthen your neck, the back of the neck, by just dropping the chin slightly, and feeling that really long line from the base of your tail all the way through the low back, the middle back, the upper back, your neck, the crown of your head. Good job. Good. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, release your left foot to the ground if it was lifted. Open the arms to T. We're going to take our spinal twist that you might be familiar with. So just cross that top leg closer. The inner thighs touch. Press into your bottom foot. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right, so you're more on your left hip, your bottom hip. And then bring the knees over towards the left, towards that hip you landed on. And then turn your head away from your knees. Let the arms remain at T, or place the left hand on the outer edge of the top leg for a little more stability, if that would feel good. And take a few breaths. Bring your knees through center. Press into the bottom foot and shift the hips back. And then unwind the legs. Come to the other side. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. So just a simple, familiar figure 4. Pick the right foot up if you'd like and hold the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. Lengthen the spine, drop the chin, and breathe here. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, release the right foot to the ground. Open the arms to T. Cross the legs closer, inner thighs touch. Press into bottom foot. Scoot your hips to the left. You're more on the right hip now. And bring the knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Maybe close your eyes if you haven't already. Arms could stay at T, or right hand could come to outer edge of thigh. And settle in here, start to soften the breath. Begin to feel your body relax deeper and deeper. When you're ready, let the head come through center. Bring the knees back through center. Press into the bottom foot, arms to T. Shift the hips back. Unwind the legs. Take your feet as wide as your mat, knees up to the ceiling, and a couple windshield wipers side to side. Nice and easy. We're going to take one more twist here before we come to rest in Shavasana. So the next time that the knees flop over to the left, just hold. And turn your head to the right, away from the knees. You could stay there for a couple breaths, or you could place the left foot on top of the outer edge of the right thigh or knee. And take a few breaths there. Breathing right into that place that you feel it most, wherever that is for you today on this particular Monday morning. If the foot was stacked on top of the leg, let it slide off. Bring your knees back through center and then up and over to the other side. Turn your head away. Stack the right foot to the outer edge of the left leg if you'd like, for just a little extra weight, but you don't have to. And breathe. If the foot was stacked under the thigh, let it slide off. Bring the knees back through center. And then let's just let the inner thighs and the knees knock together for a moment. You might want to press into your feet and just kind of lengthen your low back. You could tuck the tail, lengthen the spine for a moment. And then just slide the arms like Shavasana. So down alongside the body slightly with palms open, or place your hands on your belly. Or one hand under the belly, one hand on the heart, the chest. Come back to yourself. Send gratitude to your body, your mind, and your heart. Remember any intention that you might have created at the beginning of your practice today. And hold that in your heart again. Remembering what brought you here this morning, what you're seeking from this practice, how this practice can help support you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Honoring the union that you're creating between your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul. by taking this time out of your day to move and breathe and stretch, to quiet your mind and open your heart. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or if there's another closing posture or stretch, feel free to take that. When you're ready to come to Shavasana and rest in our final pose for a few moments, just lift the knees back away from each other towards the ceiling and send one leg long and the other leg long. And let the arms fall off the body. Let the backs, the hands touch the ground and the palms be open to the ceiling. Close your eyes. And allow your whole body the opportunity to relax and let go. Inviting in peace and love and compassion, freedom and ease, strength and courage, health and vitality. Take the next couple moments to rest. I'll call you out of Shavasana in just a moment, so take some time to be in stillness and in silence. Good. And then without moving anything, just begin to notice your breath again. Notice that you're breathing. See if you could deepen your breath to a more intentional, conscious breath. Become aware of your body and perhaps invite movement into the outer edges of the body, the fingers or the toes. Eventually make a gradual transition to one side to come into fetal pose, knees into belly, arms into chest, just resting the head for a moment and breathing here. Press down into the ground and let yourself lift up to seated, cross legs, or whatever that looks for you today. Eyes could be closed or soft gaze. We'll just be here for a moment. Turn the palms open, sit up tall. Lengthen your spine and soften your face. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. The next time that you breathe in, bring your hands together in front of the heart to meet in prayer position, Anjali Mudra, palms touch. As you exhale, bow your head to yourself, honoring your intention. And we'll end together on the sound of Om, the sound of community, starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale a sigh. Good. We'll begin. Deep breath in. And as your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for practicing and sharing this hour with me. It's such an honor to see you guys. So have a great day, a great week ahead, and a beautiful Monday. And I'll see you guys real soon. I'll see you next time. So I'll be back Wednesday at 9. So hopefully I'll see you then for a gentle or moderate flow class. And until then, you guys stay well, take care of yourselves, and stay tuned for our outdoor classes that'll be coming to you soon, hopefully next month. So great to see you guys again. Thanks again for being here, and have an awesome day. Thank you, Mom. Outside with coffee, that sounds perfect. That's where I'm headed next, a cup of coffee and some fresh air. So thanks, guys. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Melissa. It was awesome to have you all here. So take care, and I'll be in touch with you all real soon. Thanks, Joanne. Have a great day.